This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening all. So let's have a small revision about accounts payable. Yesterday what I've covered. So let them join. So the first step in the accounts payable, we have to define vendor account groups. Next we have to define number range. Number range for vendor account groups. Next we have to assign number range to vendor account groups. Then we have to define vendor tolerance. Then we have to work for a GL reconciliation account. Then we have to define master data. In that we have to create, then change, and also we have to go for display. So create master data, then change master data, then display master data. So next to that, define document number range. Then next we have to post what has to be done here. Post vendor invoice and check out vendor line item display. Line item display. Then vendor payment. Then finally vendor balance. Display vendor balances. Then could you tell me what is the T code for this? So here OBD3 XKN1 OBAS. Next vendor tolerances OBA3 FS00. FK01. Next FK02, FK03. FBN1. Then post vendor invoice FB60. Then vendor line item display FBL1N. And then vendor payment F-53, then here FK10N. This is all about accounts payable. Now if I wanted to run accounts receivable, so here define customer account groups. Next, define number range for customer account groups. Next, we have to assign number range to customer account groups. Then not required. Already we have defined that customer. Then GL reconciliation account. Then next we have to define master data. In that, create, change, then display. Then we have to define document number range. Then post customer invoice. Then we have a customer line item display. Then next we have customer payment. And finally, we would make customer balance. So now let's see what is a T code for this. So now the T code for account groups, customer account groups, OBD2, then define number ranges XDN1, and next assign number ranges for customer account groups, that is OBAR. Then we have to define reconciliation FS00. Then here we have to take FD01, that is to create. And then if I wanted to change FD02, then finally we would apply FD03 for getting display. Then define document number ranges FBN1, then post customer invoice FB70. Then next we have customer line item display FB15N. Then next customer payment F-28. Then last one it is customer balance FD10N. This is all about customer or accounts receivable. Okay, we'll have a scenario here. Wait a minute. So accounts payable and accounts receivable. Save the file. So our company is 7676. Now we'll have a transactions. We have to create material customer, then finance customer, then service customer. So create three groups and assign number range. Okay, this is what customer account groups. So create customer account groups, name them as material customer number one, number two, finance customer, number three, service customer. I'm taking here 76 MC, then again 76 FC, and 76 ESC. So these are the identification number for us to remember what names we are going to be assigning. So create it. So for create this, so wait a minute, system is loading. Make this full screen. So type SPRO. SAP reference AMG. There you could see financial accounting new, accounts receivable and accounts payable, customer accounts, master data, preparation for creating customer master data. There is an option called as define account groups with the screen left. Click on this IMG activity button. And as I listed all T codes for this also, directly you can operate that in the T code bar area that directly explores that screen for creating customer master account groups. Then click new entries. And as I said, name 76 EMC material customer. And here you write 7676 material customer, or else write only 76 material customer. And next you double click on company code data and activate the field status, which I taught you how to create field status, status, how to assign them, then what is required for suppress entry, and during that posting entry what is required fields to make it enable by make use of this field status option. Account management, select this reconciliation account, make that as required entry. Okay, so we are creating reconciliation account, and you know, we are maintaining that master record under uh, customer master, like within the reconciliation we are creating master data, so that's why we are opting this reconciliation account for all the list of ledgers. And finally you click save this. So how you have configured for accounts payable, in the same manner we are configuring this one also, and save it. So this is the first account group has been created. So still is saving. Next, once the data is saved, press escape key, go to position, enter the key what you have created here. Seven six EMC account group name, EMC, press enter key. and double click and see the changes. So next, we wanted to create now number ranges. So scroll down here and there is an option called create number ranges for customer accounts. Click on this. We have three options here. One is status, one is internal number to display, and next we have to change. Then click on this change and create a new number range. Before creating a new number range, and verify once what is the last number currently which are using. So that 18 it is used, then you take up 19 and check out the last number here. So 160 1 200 160 1299. So this is the number range I am taking and click save. So wait until you to get notice in the status bar. Then press enter key to continue. Changes were saved. Now press escape key, the same area. Next we have to assign now. Assign number ranges to customer account groups. Go to position, take this 76MC and press enter key. This is our account group, and 19 I created the new number range and save it. So three things we have done. So we created account groups and we created number range, and finally we have assigned. Now again, if I wanted to create one more account group, 76 EFC, so finance customer, and name it as 76 finance customer, and double click on account management, then select the required entry reconciliation and save it. And then again press escape, come back, create a new number range, then click the new interval, name that as 20, because already you knows that what you have created in the previous one. Click this interval 20 and see the last number here. So the back end, click on this. So once it gets updated, then you would get an option called insert or interval. So still is not updated. So system is lagging. Click this interval. Okay, so name that as 20 and last number 16012, sorry, 1,300, then 1601399. Press enter key and save this number. This for finance account groups, customer account groups. Then press escape again, come back. Then assign this number ranges to customer account group, position 76FC, and here name that as 20. Then save it. That's so this is what I've done in the first 3 steps. Any doubts? Next, again type SPRO, SAP reference AMG, financial accounting new, general ledger, sorry, accounts receivable and payable. There is an option called as business transactions. Then open item clearing. This for customer tolerance. So I wanted to show you that it's been created and also implemented for company 7676. So that's why I'm not creating, just I'm conducting and verifying is that created or not. Okay, then clearing differences. Then see here, define tolerances for customers and vendors. So for vendors already I've configured. One more time I'm verifying is that applied or not. Click new entries. Okay, before we start new entries, go to position and company code, you take 7676 and search for the data. So it's been configured. So this, so permitted payment differences and also permitted payment differences in automatic write-off functions, which I've already updated. So no need to be updated again and again, and come back. So fourth steps is also over. Now we have to run, or we have to configure customer master data, and also make ensure or you created that reconciliation for material customer. So FS00, FS00, press enter key. So this is the list of ledgers I created, and customer comes under account, asset account group. So select this, make ensure what is the number previous one which is used, 1 lakh 1, take 1 lakh 2, and define this name. Asset balance sheet, name that as customer material. Customer will make it material customer for 7676, material customer for 7676. Go to control data, and important one here, customer, so reconciliation account type. Select this customer, line item display, check the box for, check box, and update that as 001. When you come for create and bank interest, we would select from the list field status group G067, which means reconciliation account, and save it. So this is the one which is created. Then if you want one more, you create here 1 lakh 3 and name this as material, sorry, custom finance customer, asset balance sheet, finance customer 7676, finance customer for 7676, control data, reconciliation account for account type, customer, line item display, sort key. This is to 001, create account, field status group G067, and save. Then come back. Now you run this, creating master data, financial accounting, account receivable, so then master records. Then you start with FD01, FD02, FD03. I'm clicking FD01. So in the account groups, we have to select, see this, 76 material customer, company code 7676. So do not enter any other particular field which is irrelevant now. Okay, so now press enter key to continue. So now what you do is, we'll try to understand here. We'll create some master data here. So Logitech Private Limited, then BTEL Private Limited, and then Lenovo. When it comes to finance, take Reliance, then Muthoot, okay, these two enough. We have to create this one now. So click and select company, name it is toward Logitech Private Limited. Then here Logitech, country is mandatory, IN, region is 10. Then there is no option here, click next screen option. Okay, so what you have to do is, you have to click company code data. This is your general data. So as like accounts payable, we don't have any button to move into the next screen. Okay, but here you have to switch over between general data to company code data, again company code data to general data. So by clicking on this option, and is asking reconciliation account. So click here, select material customer and save it. Enough. So still is loading. happened. So ultimately it is saved. Again, if we have to create one more. Select the same group, press enter key, name that as BTEL Private Limited, and search term BTEL, country India, region 10, click company code data, select reconciliation ledger, then choose that material customer, then save. So for the first time that would take time. Okay, next you create one more. 76 finance customers, company Reliance Finance Private Limited, and country India, region 10. Such term is to be Reliance's Fin Private Limited. Click company code data, then save under finance customer group, save it. Then again you take one more by specifying these two terms. So totally we are creating 4 master data. Muthoot Private Limited, Muthoot, country India, then this is to region, company code, reconciliation ledger, finance, then finally save. That's all. If I wanted to have a display of that, go to 03 and see the number ranges, and see it's showing that Muthoot Private Limited. See the number range. According to the number range what you have defined and assigned for the accounting group. So as per that is obtained and also saving the data. See this. So BTEL, Logitech, then Muthoot and Reliance's, and one is 200 series, one is 300 series, which is obtained. So finally I would created 4 master data. So next, what might be the next step? What has to be done? Do you suggest me? Use the chat box and you type what has to be done next after creating the master data. Did I miss anything here? So use chat box. I hope all of you are noted down that accounting receivable. No idea. Okay, so what is a document number range? For customer invoice and customer payment. To create a number range for document, what is the T code, or is there any other method to define this? So use this FBN1 7676 and click change interval. Click again interval. Now, without knowing that number, we can't able to define that customer invoice and as well as customer payment. Correct, right? So in the question and answer, I gave some of the term and also number ranges. For creating this one, we have to use 18 for the year 2022, and we are using 1800, 1899, 1899. Press enter key and save. This is for customer invoice 18001899. Then again you click one more means interval button and define this. Put in 2022 and 1400 1499 and press enter key. Save it. Then again press escape. So most of the works which I have done. So now we have to execute customer invoice. So to run that, FB70, press enter key. It's loading. Okay, so now the screen has uploaded. My first verification is to, are you in the same company or different company? So now our company code, as per this title bar, this is not our company code, MT01 something it says. So we have to create, means we have to select our own company code by clicking this company code option here and change the company code by specifying this 7676 and press enter key here. So this has been updated, and see the transactions what you are doing. So it is invoice, customer invoice, and next make ensure are you in the same means customer list to be selected. by pressing this pop-up button. And then press enter key. I'm selecting here Logitech. Okay, BTEL I'll select first one. Then invoice date, let it be the same date. Then we do here 10,000, sorry, make 50,000. Sold goods worth rupees 50,000. And here select sale of goods. If created, okay. If not created, then you have to create sale of goods. Is it available? Purchase we have, okay, it's not available here. Then what you do is /OFS00. Take a new session and you create it. That goes to an income. So I'll be taking under 3 lakhs. Press enter key. Under income, name this as sale of goods. Sale of goods. Control data. Select line item display 001. Create a break. Field status group G001. Save. Then do close. Once it's created, close this. Next, come back here. This automatically is debited. Then this side we have credit side. And also you have to remember that what is a posting key will be updating for debit and credit in this customer invoice. So business area 7676. Press enter key. Then choose this sale of goods star. You know, why I'm using this star and plus, and business area 7676. Then finally, so post it. Before posting, do simulate here, simulate general ledger, and say this. Right now it is in red color, and see the changes once it's simulated, and once then it's parked, means posted. So 01 and 50. 50 is a sale of goods, means it has been credited, and customer material customer debited. Then press escape, exit, say yes. Then click post. So before posting, and say this, if everything is correct, then automatically that turned into green. So balance equal to 0, then you click save. And say the document number, what is going to be updated in the status bar. If I wanted to see that, go to display mode again. So this is the display document. Again, come back, come back. Okay, now do one more time. For BTL I have updated. Next you take Reliances, take the customer name. So Logitech I'll take, so one by one and by one. Then invoice date, it is to be in the same date. Double click. FB6, sorry, 70. That is a T code for this. Now all fields are activated. Customer, press enter key. Logitech, then invoice date. Now I will take 60,000 in this case. Sale goods worth rupees 60,000. sale of goods. So system is working slowly, and okay, so it's updated now. So to get to copy the line item from the debit, we have to use star mark, then again plus mark, then business area 7676, then save. Means directly I'm posting now without business area 7676, without simulation, just you post it. So this has been done. Okay, so now verify once what is a GL balance, Logitech and detail. FB10N, what is that? FB15N, sorry. FB15N, FD, okay. Financial accounting, account receivable, accounts, then you start FD10N, FBL5N, execute it and see this balance. So this is not updated. We have not posted in this. Execute it. This is what I've done here. Okay. So Logitech. So next what I do is we have to make payment. For making payment, F-28. F-28, press enter. Document date, account. I'll be taking cash or any check. Let it be cash. 60,000. Make this as a final payment. Business area 7676 and say this account type. This is an important. So sometimes if you are selected material or GL account, then here the name list which is not going to be displayed. See this? I wanted to select Logitech now actually, but Logitech name that won't updated here because it's completely GL accounts we have. Here you have to change, that is to be in D. ADKMS, follow that and press enter key. And see this name, Logitech. So most of the data which is filled, and make ensure here DZ and go to process open item before posting. Then you check document overview. Then post it. So this has been posted. Now you run fd10n /n fd10n, press enter key, execute now and see the balance. So it's cleared. Double click, sales and purchase, debit, credit. So tomorrow we'll have a question and answer session. So update yourself and do practical things. So this is what our answer here. So /n. So here whatever I've conducted account receivable and accounts payable, most of the things are same, but the codes are that makes differs here. So OBD2 XDN1, but here XKN1. Okay, then OBAR, there it is OBAS. Then FS00, it's same here, also same, there also same. Then for creating master data FD01, but here we were used FK01, FK02, FK03, and defining document number range FBN1, and here also FBN1, but make ensure what number range you are providing for accounts payable and accounts receivable, that play a big role. And for customer invoice FB70, but here it is FB60. And making customer payment, we have used F-28, and here it is F-53. So you ask me before wind up the session, if you have any doubts, can clarify. And tomorrow is question and answer sessions. So please update, unmute your mic, and try to communicate with us. No doubts? Okay. So meet you up in next class. See you all.